Michelle and I became friends in 2010 when I decided I was going to try out this interesting athletic dance class at the gym called Zumba. Little did I know at the time that trying out that class would evolve into forming a close bond with Michelle and some of the best friendships of my entire life. You may or may not have seen 2 or 3 of the 5,000 pictures we've posted on Facebook over the years. The following year, Michelle invited me to walk to and from the gym with her as we lived in the same neighborhood, and she was training for the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Walk. So we began walking a little over 2 miles to the gym, taking that crazy class called Zumba, and then walking back. It was these walks with Michelle where our friendship truly blossomed. I learned that Michelle had recently been declared cancer-free after her recent battle with breast cancer. She shared her story of undergoing chemotherapy treatments, losing her hair, and her decision to have a double mastectomy. I was blown away and truly inspired with how positive her attitude was about the entire experience. I was new to the neighborhood and new to the gym, and Michelle welcomed me with open arms, as she has done with so many. We would tease Michelle that she was the welcoming committee in Zumba class because she knew exactly how to make the newcomers feel comfortable. She was the class clown who would purposely do the exact opposite of what the instructor was leading, and she always had us giggling our entire way through class. As our friendship grew, I quickly learned that wherever Michelle went, or whatever she was doing, making others feel comfortable and at ease, even if they were complete strangers, was a very special gift that she gave to so many of us. She was the welcoming committee wherever she went. In the spring of 2012, we learned that Michelle's cancer had metastasized. I, along with so many of you in this room, were probably devastated. I considered doing the Susan G. Komen walk with Michelle in years prior, but I, like most normal people, feared the idea of walking 60 miles in 3 days, and I was worried that I would not be able to raise the required funds in order to walk. So in other words, I chickened out. But Michelle's incredible courage of battling cancer became infectious. And knowing how much of an advocate Michelle was for breast cancer awareness and her commitment to the annual Susan G. Komen Walk, I decided to help my friend the only way I knew how. I made the commitment to be a first-time walker in the Susan G. Komen 3-Day, and in October of 2013, I, along with 2 of our friends, walked every single step of this 60-mile journey together in support of our rock star, Michelle. Michelle always said I might have cancer, but I'm going to continue to live my life the only way I know how, and that is full steam ahead. Her continued positive outlook in battling this ongoing disease became more and more inspiring to so many of us, and that became very apparent the following year. We had several friends who had registered to walk in the 2014 3-Day for the first time in support of Michelle, and we collectively decided to form a team that represented Michelle. So to decide on that team name, we thought it would be great to get together for a happy hour and Google slang words for boobs that start with M. And that is when Michelle's Mighty Milkshakers was born. In October of 2014, we had 15 teammates who all walked in support of Michelle. Many of us were friends beforehand, and some were complete strangers. But this journey brought us all together for our love of Michelle. As a team of 15, we were required to raise a minimum of $34,500. So we organized Zumba fundraisers. We had jewelry fundraisers. We even had a car wash. Michelle designed our matching 3-day attire, and we set up what we jokingly called a sweatshop to pull it all together. Because as you guys know Michelle, she wanted to be the winner of the best team wardrobe. We also had an army of support from our friends and family who participated at the 3-day cheer stations every day. They attended our friends and family night, and yes, they even organized a Zumba dance party on day 2 after completing 40 miles of walking. We like to call them our walker stalkers, and their dedication to supporting us makes each blister a little less painful. Michelle's passion for the Susan G. Komen Foundation and her vibrant spirit would often make us forget that she was battling stage 4 cancer. She never let cancer hold her back from living her life to the fullest. I will never forget how excited and giddy she would get each year on the day before the first day of the 3-day. She was like a little kid about to go to Disney World for the very first time. For me, Michelle was a very rare find of a friend. She impacted my life in ways that I had never imagined, and ultimately, she made me a better person. We created many wonderful memories together, and we were also by each other's side during the tough times. Our families celebrated many Thanksgivings together in Knoxville, and those are some of the memories that I will treasure the most. I loved Michelle like a sister, and I probably told her that 5,000 times. Her wink was one of my favorite attributes as well. She didn't even realize when she was doing it, and I would say, "Are you flirting with me, Michelle?" And then that contagious giggle of hers would erupt. And nobody could tell a joke like Michelle. Hi, laddie! I had to throw that in there. If you've never seen it, we have it on video.
Later.
Michelle's husband, Ben, described her perfectly. He said, Michelle was a bright spot in everyone's life that she touched. Michelle was a radiant and graceful woman who not only left an impactful presence on the people around her, but on the world around her. Although Michelle is no longer here with us physically, she has left beautiful imprints on our hearts that will last a lifetime. At this time, I would like to invite our Milkshaker team members to come up and join me in a tribute to Michelle in a 3-day tradition. I would also like to welcome all past 3-day walkers in the room to stand. I realize many are already standing. And join us in this closing ceremony tradition. At the closing ceremony of the 3-day, it is tradition for the walkers to remove one shoe, and we salute the survivors and those who can walk no more. Michelle, tonight we salute you for bringing us all together. You will be forever loved and forever missed, but your spirit will always be alive in all of us. You left us with a legacy, and for this year, your Milkshakers, for the very first time, will walk in your honor and what you created, which is a beautiful and unbreakable bond of friendships dedicated in the fight against breast cancer. We're gonna get it, girl, because you taught us well.